Welcome to our chapter on the Prolog Converge administration client. The Prolog Converge application has been designed to be as flexible as possible, giving your Prolog administrator the ability to configure this system in a countless number of ways. To configure Prolog Converge, the administrator uses the Prolog Converge administration client, commonly referred to as the admin client. The lessons in this chapter describe the features of the admin client and provide step-by-step configuration instructions to set up key functionality of Prolog Converge. Please note, the lessons presented in this chapter focus on core functionality and that further configuration beyond the scope provided may be required. Overall, the instructions presented should provide the Prolog Converge administrator with an understanding of the admin client and its capabilities, enabling a site to deploy more advanced configurations. As feature enhancements to the product may change how configurations are made, all information provided in these lessons is presented based on the current release available at the time of these recordings. Configurations in the admin client will determine how end users will interact with the graphical user interface of the web client. It is advisable to back up your Prolog Converge database on a regular basis in order to ensure that if needed, a backup copy of the Converge database can be restored. Notice when logging into Prolog Converge, there are 4 areas on the navigation toolbar that make up the web client: Portfolio, Project, Insight, and Reports. You will also notice on the left-hand navigation pane the views that are presented to the logged-in user. Configurations in the admin client are relevant in the fact that what you see in one area may be configured differently in another. Insight views versus project views, for example. Throughout the lessons in this chapter, you will hear reference to services, the Prolog Converge Server Monitor Service, or the SMTP service, for example. These services are used to monitor processes and pick up mail, and must be running in order for notifications to be created and sent, for example. Once Prolog Converge is installed, you can launch the admin client from the Start menu under Programs, Meridian Systems, Prolog Converge, Administration, Admin. During or after the installation, you may also choose to create a shortcut for the admin client on your desktop or directly on the Start menu. When launching the admin client, you will be prompted to log in. Prolog Converge leverages Prolog Security Manager to determine user access rights and security settings. Assuming your Prolog portfolio has been properly added to Prolog Converge and initialized, any valid user existing in the Prolog portfolio will be able to log in to the admin client. Because all Prolog users have the ability to log into the admin client, access to the Prolog Converge administrative application should be limited to the Prolog administrator only. We have reserved a lesson in this chapter on Prolog Converge security that provides detail regarding the admin authority. Once logged in, you will be presented with the main screen of the admin client. When first opened, the main window will be blank with a navigation bar along the top of the screen. The navigation bar provides access to the admin client's many configuration modules, which when opened will be displayed within the main window. Most modules are structured in a hierarchy. For example, in the Portfolio configuration module shown here, the top level of the hierarchy is the portfolio level. The next step is the record config level. Each record config applies to the portfolio which it falls under. As records in the hierarchy are selected, their details are displayed at the bottom of the screen. In some cases, the details may be made up of multiple tabs. Configuration changes are made by updating the fields in the record details area. Once complete, the Save button may be used to save any changes. Changes made in the Converge admin client need to be updated to the business layer. To reconfigure the business layer and web client after making changes, go to the navigation bar under Reconfigure and choose Request Reconfiguration. Certain changes made in Prolog Manager also require that the business layer and web client be reconfigured in order for those changes to be reflected in Prolog Converge. Adding user-defined fields, changing nomenclature, updating field properties, or certain permission profile changes made in Prolog Security Manager are all examples where a request for configuration would be necessary. Use the window drop-down on the navigation bar to arrange, cascade, tile, minimize, or close windows you may have open. Under the Help menu, select About to see the version of Prolog Converge being used. Or, for reference to detail on specific configurations, the Prolog Converge Administration Manual can also be accessed. Be sure to watch our lessons in the System Modules chapter to learn about system preferences, data access including configuring servers and value sources, document management system preferences, and much more. We'll even show you how to add and configure a Prolog portfolio for use by Prolog Converge users and demonstrate the use of Prolog Converge Security Module. See our lessons on web modules and working with views for step-by-step instructions with helpful tips and tricks, including how to create views that define the web interface Converge users will see in the web client. How do I set up Prolog Converge notifications? What's the difference between monitored data changes and user-triggered notifications? Can I set up notifications to use distribution lists? For answers to these and other questions surrounding Prolog Converge notifications, check out our lessons in this chapter on notifications. By chapter's end, you'll have a good understanding on how to use the Prolog Converge admin tool. Be sure to watch these and other lessons presented on the Project Team Solutions training site. Thank you for watching.